Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the on time on target morning brief, where we invest with fighter precision on a daily basis. Today is going to be a fun show. We're taking a break from traditional investing topics. We're going to have that woven in, but we are going to talk about Dogecoin, of all things. Now, we've talked about this briefly, kind of making fun of it. I have the red t-shirt on, meaning this is a big red flag saying I am not telling you to invest in Dogecoin, but I do want to explain it and talk about kind of some of the history of it, where it's been, where it's going, why it's on fire specifically right now. Shout out to Dan, a buddy of mine from a fantasy football league, La Otra, infamous league that it is. He's been talking about this stuff all week, so I'm sure everybody has a Dan in their life that is sending them continuous Doge updates, the continuous, you're missing out on this, you should be in on this, continuous memes. It's kind of fun. I come from the generation of Gen Xers that grew up with the term awesome. Well, I will have to say about everything related to the Dogecoin story falls under the awesome category. Started as a joke in 2013, became kind of the woke thing to do, to be able to tip people that, you like a tweet or something, you tip them some Doge. It's like a little Doge for you, a little Doge for you. Well, the market cap of Doge this morning just passed Coinbase. Yeah, that we just invested in. Now, Coinbase hasn't done us any favors because it's been dropping like a rock, but it's also surpassed, I think, General Motors. It's like, this is kind of crazy, right? And of course, we have SNL coming up Saturday with the Doge father himself, self-appointed, but I would have to agree that even if he wasn't, he really is the Doge father, because he won't shut up about it, which adds to the awesomeness, right? He's hosting SNL Saturday night, and there's going to be some skits on Dogecoin. There just has to be. He would be remiss if there wasn't. So it's going to be kind of fun to watch. Yesterday was DogeDay, or maybe today's DogeDay. I couldn't quite get that clear, but remember, these things trade around the clock. So if what I say I like about the main market is that it's only open 6.5 hours a day for the main part, and the rest of it is there's some after hours trading, but really it kind of keeps you from being a junkie, because you don't have the ability to trade around the clock. What you do with cryptos and Forex and some other types of trading out there. So yeah, Dogecoin, DogeDay, whether that was yesterday or today, Doge actually hit 69 cents, which was, of course, its famous target. And we've been talking about for at least a week that it's probably going to hit $1 by the time Saturday rolls around and the Doge father takes the stage, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. The question of the day will be how to buy Doge. DOGE Mayo, Cinco DOGE Mayo. Thanks, Apex, for bringing that up. That will go into the title of my post today. Cinco DOGE Mayo. I love it. Okay, back on track. If you're thanks for checking us out. If you're catching us on replay, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Also hit the notifications bell so you get a notification immediately when this information hits the internet every day. If you want to join us live, it's $25 a month. Just got a payment this morning. Thank you from Daytona there. If you want to join us live, it's $25 a month. Come on in the room. It's a lot of fun. We got a chat window that you don't see. You have longs and short recommendations that you don't see. And then we have some jovial banter back and forth on a daily basis. With that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, normally I would play the video, but for some reason the volume's on like 400 today, so I will dispense with that video. I don't even know if you heard that or not, but it about blew me out of the office this morning. All right, so can we pay in Doge? No. No, I am not accepting of cryptocurrencies for payment into the room. Thank you for asking, though. That cracks me up. All right, why are my screens jacked this morning here? There. We're going to get rid of this video thing I don't know why it was so loud. Okay, here is your lineup card for today. So let's get back on track. All right, make sure you have your chat window set up appropriately, your Q&A window set up appropriately. Disclaimer, like in bold letters today, and put it in all caps because I am shouting it. This is a financial education presentation. You have to do your own due diligence before you act upon anything you hear me say this morning. Full disclaimer information is available at ototnow.com. All right, our mission objectives today: grow our money, protect our money, live off our money. We're throwing all of that out the window on Cinco de Mayo, and we're going to talk about DogeCoin. So I will have to say up front, is it an investment? You can't say it's not an investment. People are putting money in and they're making money. Okay, yeah. I know the SEC is not going to agree with me there. And it's not what I would call your traditional investment, right? That's what I do for folks. So people are like, are you in Doge? And I'm like, no, I'm not in Doge. I am in Bitcoin through the GBTC exposure. So kind of a secondary derivative holding of Bitcoin, if you will. A lot of the stuff I think is largely, my opinion is largely it's a distraction. However, what you have to realize is that the legitimacy of this is, people out there, and it's largely the millennials, but this is not an age-based thing, right? It's how you think. If you do not trust the government, then this cryptocurrencies are attractive, right? And people are like, well, Doge was completely made up. It's like, well, fantastic. So is the US dollar. So is all fiat currencies. The argument's strong when you start to argue with these folks. And I don't argue with them. I like to more think of how it's going to play out. And again, I don't argue with most people because I really don't care about other people's opinions. I'll hear their argument and then see if I need to change mine, right? But so it's like, okay, well, it's a thing. You can't say that, so you can't ignore that. Is it something you should invest money in? No, you can have some fun with it if you want. I would not, I was joking with Dan that I previously mentioned before, and some others that I've been taking some heat from. It's just like, hey, phase one's complete, and he's buying it, he's telling everybody about it. That he's posting about it, that sort of thing. And now it's time to talk about quitting their job to become full-time crypto traders and, the reverse mortgage on the house. That's all terrible financial advice. So don't listen to that. And it's largely joking, but that's my point, is that this stuff is attractive, right? And people are making thousands of percent. And if you are on TikTok, some of the comedy from this is pure gold. You hear a guy like me, and honestly, we'll say that, traditionally, the old white guy, if you will, from the boomer generations, getting up in front of you, telling you, hey, if you do everything right, you're going to make 8 to 10% this year. And you got everybody laughing, going, I made that like in the past hour, right? Well, you can also lose it too, right? We haven't gotten to that point yet, but I will show you some charts that are kind of funny from a Doge website, because I was looking for the DogeCoin chart, right? Because I can't find that on any actual financial pages, but the point is that, yeah, you're making money hand over fist. Now, do we bail on all of our traditional principles? No, you should acknowledge it at least, right? And that's what we're going to do today. All right, so tactical objectives, we already talked about the history and the future. I will make a prediction. I think it's a common prediction, so I'm not going to say this is like epic. But yeah, it's going to run up until the Doge father speaks on Saturday Night Live, and by 2 or 3 in the morning, it will probably have crashed, right? That's what I think. And that's not a particularly, that's what mainstream financial folks are talking about. So it's not a crazy prediction. Will it go to zero? Probably not, right? Because it does have value. And people like it. And it's funny. It is so funny. And the memes are just gold. And sometimes when, you're in, life needs comedy. And this is the best comedy out there that I think I have seen in a while. How to get some, I will show you that, how to get some Doge, that is. The flow, market review, headline review. We're talking about Doge to get in our short-term execution. Longs and shorts are in the chat. Let me refresh that real quick for the folks that just showed up. Got 3 longs and 3 shorts. I would go long today. We'll talk about that on the day trading portion. IIVI is the one that is my favorite, followed by GM. I know, yawn, boring old GM. But yeah, they crushed earnings, so let's give them credit where credit is due. Contingencies and academic resources are standard. Okay, let's go to TD Ameritrade real quick to talk about the market. Market sold off yesterday. Yeah, I got that. I heard some concerns. So, anytime you have a sell-off, you got to zoom out. Stop looking at your app that says you lost, $8,000 yesterday, which if your portfolio is big enough, you did. Yawn, right? You've made that several days over in the past months. Look at this. We are here. You can't look at this chart and be like, oh, I'm losing my butt, right? What? unless you started in the morning yesterday, you didn't lose your bet, right? You were up big over several months. I've already told you this can go down 10%. So subtract 42 from 415, which I'm not even going to attempt, puts us down in this range somewhere. That's a normal correction. That's normal. So do not get excited. When you zoom in, I was going to look at the 5-day. I will look at the 10-day just because it's a little more instructive. Even at the low point yesterday, you were what, back to a week and a half ago? Okay, so no, we're not all losing money. Oh my gosh. But what caused this? Janet Yellen caused this specifically by making an inflationary comment. And it's just like, well, thanks. And then she started walking it back, right? As soon as she said it, she goes, yeah, if the economy overheats, we're gonna have to raise interest rates. And it was like, doo, crash. And then she's like, well, that's not what I meant. It's like, well, Janet, that's what you said. So I don't know. A lot of people are listening. So don't say stuff that you didn't mean, right? And then so the market starts to recover, and of course you see it going green today. And I think today will be a nice green day, if you will. Setting up for our charts again. Here's the day trading chart at the open. It'll be IIVI. That's a contract they have with Apple for the chip shortage. I think it's a great story. It's actually come in some, so it's set up for us. GM crushed earnings, and then Alcon whiffed earnings pretty bad. And there's a couple of other backup plays we can switch to if we need to. Let's go over to Google Chrome real quick. Look at the futures are in the green. I'll refresh those real quick. All right, Asia in the red across the board. EU up big, over percent across the board as well. Slight creep up in the 10-year to 1.6. I'm going to talk inflation tomorrow. I've had a couple people request this, so we're going to talk retrace inflation tomorrow. It's not nearly as fun as Doge, right? Oil did bounce a little bit. We're up 66. That's getting kind of high. Gold and silver are mixed, and then crypto, Bitcoin up 55.8. That's kind of in the middle of the park. Doge is real when they make it here, right? When it makes it, I think it should be instead of Bitcoin Cash. 25%. I mean, move, but let's put Doge here. CNBC, I know you're watching this here. Put Doge here, please. Thank you. All right, maybe they're not watching. Shut up. All right, here's your Dogecoin surging. Is that a race car with Dogecoin on it? Did not know about that. Approaching 70%. You know about Facebook and Trump. You can catch that from mainstream media. We're going to go into it here. Dogecoin rally is a middle finger to the financial system. That's kind of funny. So we can go ahead and just transition to that right now. Okay, Dogecoin DogeDay surpasses Snapchat and GM in valuation. Mind blown, right? It's just like, so does it, what the old people will say, and I'm old, I got it, but I'd like to say I have a young mind. The old people will say, well, yeah, this marks the beginning of the end. Well, we've been saying that for a while, right? And every bubble, that's why you're like, okay, we're in a bubble. It's like, yeah, I do believe we're overvalued for a lot of things. And there's a lot of dumb stuff going on. But, that doesn't mean it's going to pop in years, right? So you kind of can't just go to cash and not invest and not take care of your future because you think it's all going to come crashing down, because then you're off into conspiracy theories. Go build your bunker, go sit in your bunker, and whatever, right? But here's your Dogecoin. It was started as a joke, all-time high 69 cents, bigger than Snapchat, bigger than GM. That's kind of crazy. We'll come back to how to buy Doge once we get the market open. Here was my favorite chart of all of them. And I typed in, Doge, I'm looking for the price, right? And here is the chart, the literal chart that they have on Dogecoin forecast for 2021 and beyond. Now, there's no numbers down here. This is just simply somebody threw up a graphic, but I thought this was one of those, it's just like, how priceless is this? Because I think we're about right here, right? It's going to touch $1, and this is going to crashing down almost back to where it was in 2013. I mean, it's like almost an I told you so. Here's your little moon graphic to the moon, right? That's the comment for everybody. And they're already kind of telling you it's coming right back down. So anyhow, I thought that was funny. Yeah, cardiac arrest. Yeah, that's what it'll look like on the chart, right? All right, we got a couple minutes here before we go in. Let's see, Dogecoin. Yep. All right, so yeah, when you realize that one Doge equals one Lambo, it's just like the stuff is gold. I mean, look at that chart. That's Doge in relation to something else. I mean, here's your historical Doge market cap. I don't know, is that a warning? Is this time to buy? I mean, FOMO has you logging in and buying right here, right? Red t-shirt time. Don't do that. But hey, have fun. Just don't do it with a whole lot. Don't reverse mortgage your house. I mean, it is just kind of awesome. All right, let's switch over to, we're going to get the open, then we'll come back. We'll talk some more DogeCoin after we get the open here. Let me go off camera. I'm going to get set up for you all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the On Time, On Target Morning Brief. We have 4 screens in front of you on the TD Ameritrade ThinkPipes platform. We have 30 seconds to the market open. On the far left, we have the 1-minute chart and the SPY. You saw the futures just a minute ago. Everything's trending green. We're bouncing hard from yesterday, so the momentum is up. So that leads me to want to take a long-term trade or a trade that is going higher. This is IVI, which is a contractor. They got a $400 million contract with Apple announced this morning to cover the chip shortage. GM covered earnings. You see some profit taking going in. I do not know what is up with my volume in here, but I do have to fix that. That has never happened before. And then we have our short of the day. It's over here in Alcon. I'm not familiar with Alcon, but they certainly meet our numbers of gapping down 6 to 10%. It's got enough volume for us to get in on it. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm not super thrilled about that. I think the play here, well, GM, we're not going to touch GM because it's a lot of profit taking at the open there, but I do like this IVI, and I think there's strength in that story. So you're looking at 40,000 shares, so don't take a ton of it, but you're looking at, let's go with a 75-cent stop below the low of the day, covered below the day, 66.50. That would put us up at 67 and a quarter. Let's just go 67. We'll go a 50-cent stop. So if it hits 67, we are going to take this long. I would go full position size. Again, if you're not familiar, if you're listening for the first time, got to see a new name in the room there. Figure out your R. Shut the front door. Did I just miss that opening while I was open? Take it here at 67.07. We'll adjust the math from there. So 67.07 is where I said take it. You're going to get a better price if you take it here. We're covering at 66.50. So that is your bottom. That's where if it hits that, you're out, regardless where you took it. I got pretty bad entry here during this stupid bar. But 67.07, let's call that 57 cents. We'll call it 55 just for doing math because I don't want to have to do advanced math here. So again, if you remember, if it breaks it, there we go, we're out. So never mind, get rid of that trade. And it is not working. Again, I don't take trades the same day, but I do like this name long. If you do take trades the same day, you can run into cash wash sale rule issues. So be careful if you do that. All right, GM, nope, it's been selling off. It's this market decided to go red here from all the momentum we had going into the open. Market's actually selling off here. All right, let's check on our short over here, Alcon. High of the day up here at 70. You would have to do 70 cents would be 69.30. It still hasn't covered that. I don't really like it because I think we're going to see this come back green here. I think this was just some profit taking there at the beginning at the market open. It'll come back green. You already see GM starting to bounce. You're already seeing IVI start to bounce. So we took our one trade, we're out of it. So we'll just lick our wounds and come back at it tomorrow. Even stronger. I kind of like this, but you'd have to trade this on your own. Use 70 as your stop if, and take the trade in here if you want. Manage your R appropriately. But I don't see this going above 70 today. So anyhow, at your own risk. All right, let's zoom out and take a look at what's going on in the long-term investing world. So that was the short-term investing portion. BioNTech, again, a lot of good news with them with the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine going out to kids, possibly 12 to 15 here approval. That's either out or coming soon. Mind Medicine, I want to do this Friday, is talk about MindMed, and it's a really interesting story. I'm not sure I believe, but there's enough to do, and I like the entry point here. So we're going to look at MindMed, assuming it doesn't double before then. But planned inflation for tomorrow, MindMed for Friday. Some other psychedelic names here: Revive Therapeutics, GoDaddy. There's your Bitcoin, GBTC. There's Apple, up 1.5%. Apple got hit pretty hard yesterday. It was down at 4% at some point. There's Amazon bouncing up. So Lowe's, kind of your traditional workhorse names. There's Coinbase. I know if I say that, you guys are gonna get mad, but yeah, we're being patient with Coinbase. There's Luckin all the way at the bottom. Everybody's favorite coffee company. Okay, maybe that's not true. All right, you hardly see any names in the red here. Doc is a healthcare REIT. Boeing has woes currently. IBM is old tech. Let's see. Bank of America, JPM. Kramer was throwing some shade at banks. So I think a lot of those have sold off. XLF is your financial. So not too many of these selling off here, but yeah, talking about MindMed, it goes from 5 to 9. Let's just look at the 10-day on Mind Medicine. Did I get in there correct? I did. So here's why I was saying I like it, right? So touch 3, hopefully it doesn't scream too much higher from here. Anyhow, I really want to delve into it. I'm not saying it's a buy. I'm just saying I like this chart. So going to be taking a harder look at it as we go. All right, let's go back away from there over to some DogeCoin stuff, and I wanted to play this quick video for you. It's kind of awesome. So there's a DogeCoin.com website, which the original founder of this, let's talk about that real quick. 2013, where's it at? Jackson Palmer and Billy Marcus, and I read in here it was Australia. We'll get to that here in a second. But yeah, started this kind of as a joke, my camera, there we go, I'll get this back on. Started off kind of as a joke, right? So it's the kind of making fun of the crypto world, but then it's just like, well, it kind of, and Elon Musk has said, wouldn't it be ironic if the currency that was started as a joke becomes the main currency, right? And if people, so the biggest price of Bitcoin, people are like, well, people don't transact in it. And they're like, okay, fine. It's more like gold, digital store of value, blah, 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 blah. But then it was like, well, Doge came out and, at a sub 1 cent price point. So it was kind of like immediately you could transact in it. And you could, if somebody, the examples in here, if somebody likes a tweet, you could throw 10 Doge at somebody, right? It's like Venmo and 10 Doge, or I don't know if you can Venmo or not, back and forth. But you always see the same dog. It's a Shiba Inu. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but that's how I'm going to say it, Shiba Inu. It's a Japanese breed of dog, and that's just perfect for all the pictures out there. One thing that's different is it's inflationary. So let's find it. So this paragraph was enlightening. So, and somebody, Apex brought this up either this morning or yesterday, I can't remember. But Bitcoin is it's limited supply, right? There's 21 whatever million billions, I think it's million coins out there, and they're having it at rates, so they're still producing and just producing less, but it's finite. And people like that, right? They're like, ooh, there's only so much of it, like gold or land, or GoDaddy will try to tell you there's a limited number of websites. It's like, not true, because you always tack on a letter. Anyway, there is a limited number of the Bitcoins, right? So that's going to drive it higher, but it's also deflationary because there's a ceiling on the number of coins that can be created. So the concern here would be same with when you have a stock and the company decides to issue a bunch of stock, because you're getting diluted. True story. So the concern here is that, well, the makers of Doge, miners of Doge, whatever from, from the ether or wherever it comes from, is that they could just make more, and then how's all that going to work? So we'll see. I don't know. Let's see. 27 million Doge, 30,000 to the bobsled team, Jamaican. Okay, right. Cool Runnings. Wasn't that them? I think so. From back in the day. DogeCoin to a driver, so sponsored NASCAR driver Josh Wise. So I guess that's a thing, that actual that's a sponsorship fee right there, right? So I suppose there is Doge on a car that I did not know about. Add that to the list of things I didn't know about. All right, so buffoonery there, mistakenly given 15,000 instead of 1,500 for a fundraiser. Yep, got to watch the zeros in the finance world. After the crypto bubble of 27 to 2018, I kind of find that funny. I think we're probably surpassing that now. All right, and then you see the market cap as of December, which isn't even worth talking about it because it's already out there. So I want to play a video for you real quick because it's just too funny. So you go to DogeCoin.com and you're like, this is how you know you're dealing with some higher level stuff. So I read this like 5 times. 1 Dogecoin equals 1 Dogecoin. I'm like, okay. Clearly, I'm missing something. So I read it again. I will offer, maybe I'm still missing something, which is probably the joke. Is probably I'm not missing something. Anyhow, if you find anything more out of this other than just the sheer sarcasm of saying, I don't know. I don't know. 1 equals 1. It's like, got it. But anyhow, here's your dog. That's the Shiba Inus, and they prefer this, right? It's favored by them. Here's your get started now. Choose your wallet, multi-Doge, Dogecoin Core. That's how to buy it. What is Dogecoin? Again, this is 2 minutes.
Dogecoin is a revolutionary digital currency. It can easily be sent through the internet from person to person with total security. With instant transactions, you can send coins from Melbourne to Mumbai, from Madrid to Minneapolis in seconds. It's simple and safe to use, and is already accepted at online retailers where you can buy gifts, groceries, services, and so much more. What makes Dogecoin truly unique from other currencies is how its ease of use makes it the perfect way to instantly send cash gifts to people all around the world. You can send 10 cents to your favorite comment on Twitter, or $10 to your favorite band to purchase their latest album. You can even send $100 to a charity that you support. There's no middleman to take a cut, and the transactions are completely anonymous. If you are a creator, you'll find your fans can financially empower you. For the first time, you can directly receive cash from them, rather than a valueless like or retweet. You now have the opportunity to spend more time creating content and less time counting cents. Be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Within the first few months of creation, the Dogecoin community has already achieved great things, from funding Olympic athletes to providing clean drinking water to those in need. The community is welcoming and amazingly generous. You'll fit right in. So, how do I join in? To start, visit DogeCoin.com and download your own digital wallet. Then, join the community on Reddit, where thousands of helpful people will happily answer any of your questions, and where you'll also receive some free coins. Dogecoin, the internet currency. We'll see you on the moon.
All right, what's not to like there? I mean, this is millennial advertising 101. First of all, we'll see you on the moon. How funny is that? I mean, you've got social media tied into this. You've got somehow they put in clean water is tied into Dogecoin. I mean, everything you hear out there being able to throw money at social content creators, this is just so funny. So you're right. I don't know. Does it have a legitimate purpose? I guess it does. You know, I can't scoff it. But yeah, I mean, that is perfect marketing, right? There's some stuff blowing up on the chat there. I mean, perfect marketing. I mean, really kind of, and then you have Elon Musk out there, who's literally like the Pied Piper of the millennial generation, and good on him, taking us to the moon and taking us to Mars, and, the Doge father. It's just, it's so perfect. It really is. So who knows how it ends? I do have to think that, since I did promise the future of Dogecoin is, like I said earlier, maybe it was in the open. I think this thing rages higher until Saturday night. And then I do think it comes in probably a lot. I would say probably to the tune of 90% would be my guess, right? It's like everybody would be slapping high fives. That was fun. It probably is fun. And sure, if you got an app and you're, a younger person, or what you like to gamble or whatever, have fun with it, but feel free to sell some when it all comes crashing down. I would not consider, the popular phrase out there, they threw Reddit out in the marketing thing, to tie that in, is HODL, which is hold on for dear life, which is hold at any cost, buy at any cost. This is certainly not that an example of that level of investment. Like I would kind of throw Apple in a, hold on for dear life kind of thing, because I really don't care how much Apple sells off. But a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Hopefully you enjoyed the Doge, Cinco DOGE Mayo, Doge Mayo, whatever you want to say it. But hopefully it was kind of fun for you. And again, we'll be back talking inflation tomorrow, and then mind medicine on Friday. With that, you guys have a great day.